I'm Dylan Hood, and you're watching Behind the Line in Austria.
So this year, the Austria trip went for a month, and that's kind of a long trip for, I think, everybody.
We were in St. Anton for a little over a week. Now we're here in Hochfugen, and then we're going to go to Fieberbrunn after that.
The GPS decided to throw us for a loop, and we ended up going up a valley opposing Fieberbrunn.
You know, it was a classic case of over-gadgeting, and we followed the arrow until we were far away from anything and high up on a mountain road. Basically decided, like, okay, we got to turn around, but easier said than done. One of the vans had snow tires, one of the vans didn't, and the van without snow tires was like overloaded. For some reason, we hadn't bought chains yet. I don't know who thought of that.
Sage said we're not going to buy chains until it's too late, so we'll see what happens with that.
But that was in a different location. We didn't need them at the time.
Reverse.
And by like everyone pushing on the van, we were managed to spin the van, like, so it was facing downhill. And then the van was just like this giant toboggan. The road was icy, it had kind of ruts, and it was just like packed snow, so it was really slick. As soon as you'd gain any momentum, it was like gonna be too much. The road was windy, there was a huge creek on one side. At that point, we were kind of panicked. I get out of the car and I realize that if I like hold on to the van and like start digging my heels in, like we can get it to stop. And so then we all start doing that. We all grab a hold of the van and we just start skidding it down. And there's a couple times where we almost went off the road. We did go off the road at one point.
If it goes awry, get the out the way. 3, 2, 1. Got it? Send it.
We probably only had to go like 2 kilometers, but it took maybe 2 hours plus.
I love hickey bobbing. Hickey bobbing. One of my favorite activities. Yay! Fieberbrunn. Here we come. When we get there, it'll be 6 days. But let's go. We left at 7. It's now 1. It was an hour and a half drive. You do the math.
By the time our 7-hour road trip was over, everyone was super tired, over it. Woke up and we're like, all right, well, we're going to the mountain. Let's see what it's like out here. And basically, as soon as we clicked in and made one turn, everybody's spirits went through the roof.
3, 2, 1. Yeah. There's like this much of his head sticking out. Get your windshield wipers out there!
The deep POW day was just ridiculous. You'd go blind as soon as you drop in. Sometimes you have to throw in the goggle wipes to get the snow off.
You don't see much, but it feels real good.
There's one shot of Dylan where he drops in, he makes one turn and his goggles go almost completely white. You can just barely see a little bit. And in the next turn, he pops out of the snow again, and it looks like he has a white lens on. Like, it's just a solid sheet of white over his goggles. And he just continues to ski.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude. I couldn't see a thing, and I couldn't breathe.
It's real easy to get around in too. Look at these guys.
And we just cracked up as we saw this footage, you know, at the hotel room later that night, reviewing, you know, the day's antics.
Oh my God. Damn, Ray Charles.
Full blind man dropping in, just skiing away with a white goggle lens.
The POW in Fieberbrunn was just all time. You know, you don't really get too many days that are that deep in a season, and for us to hit those POW days in Fieberbrunn just, you know, made for a winter that we'll never forget and a trip that we'll never forget.